Hey guys, so we are here about a minute and a half away from them posting the teaser for the next Legends Limited character. This should be the final release before the 7th anniversary. So I would imagine most people are not going to be summoning on this, probably looking at some kind of Kid Goku, whether or not it is going to be a standalone Kid Goku or a reviving Tien into Kid Goku. This celebration is called Protect the World or the Fate of the World or something, and it is about the fight between Kid Goku and Demon King Piccolo. So we have not gotten any Kid Goku yet. I imagine he's here. The only thing I'm actually very scared of is there is a chance, I guess, that we don't even get a 1% sparking on this banner, because remember back to Vegeta and Nappa last year, they were the last character before the 6th anniversary. We actually did not get a 1% sparking on their banner. So I'm a little bit scared. If that's the case, we are probably screwed, but this character needs to be insane. They really do. Whatever it ends up being. I'm probably thinking Kid Goku and then a 1% sparking as Tien. But we could also get like Drum, Symbol, Yajirobe, maybe a Roshi as a 1% sparking. There are very limited characters we can get that actually participated in the fights in the Demon King Piccolo saga. All right, it has now turned 11 p.m. So at any second now, we should be getting the post here. I am pretty nervous for this one because DB is really not in that great of a position right here. But if they do make this character like the best character in the game, which they honestly should, DB really needs the help. I wouldn't even be opposed to them just making this character like pretty restricted to DB, like the entire team is DB and you get like some insane mechanics or something like that. That could be cool. I'm open to that. Just make the DB team like actually good. We don't want to go through 2 DB campaigns now where we leave the campaign and like the team just isn't great. That would not be a good look. So we are still nothing. Still nothing. If they don't post anything like the next 5 seconds, I'll probably just cut until we get whatever they're going to post here. But we should be getting something now. Let me refresh, I guess. We could try refreshing and see if anything is here, even though I didn't get a notification. Yeah, nothing. Okay. I guess I'll be back in a second whenever they remember that they have to reveal the character here. All right, so it is 11:03 p.m. and they still have not posted this on Twitter, but they did actually post it on YouTube, so I don't know. They just can't do anything right, I guess. And I guess we know the characters because of the title, so we got spoiled. Nice, dude. This would only happen in the DB campaign that this would happen, man. There's still nothing. They haven't posted it. Look at this. What are they doing? All right, anyway, let's take a look here. God, man. Do one thing right for once. This OST is cool. We are getting a Jackie Chun. This is actually the first Jackie Chun in the game. Alright, this is blue. His ult. Damn, I was hoping they would try and incorporate the seal into this. It is the Bankoku Bikkuri show. Also, why is the voices in Japanese and this is the English? Okay, anyway. Yeah, this is actually the art that I was hoping they'd use for this Kid Goku. This is the iconic Kid Goku. This is the Kid Goku art from when he comes in and kicks Drum and saves Tien right before he faces off against DKP. This was very clearly going to be the art for this character. This OST is actually really good. Why does Kid Goku have the English voice? All right. Is that a long-range blue? Yep, that's from the fight. Here we go. Yep. That looks good. They gave it a different angle than the Legends Road one. That's a good win screen. The only thing I don't like about Kid Goku characters in general is just the fact that they're always going to be on Nimbuses. Like, I get it, he can't fly, and that's why and every single fight in Legends is in the air, but it's just like it takes something away from the character. I feel like for every single kid, it's such a nitpick. I know it's not that big of a deal, but it does take something a little bit away from the character that they're all on the Nimbus. But I think the animations do look pretty good. Did we see his green card? Did they show that? Hold on, let me just take a look here again. We saw his cover change was a strike cover change, right?
No one's taking you down but me.
Okay, his green card was a stop time. I was thinking maybe if they wanted to give him an AoE green, but they did not. Okay. Okay, so it's a stop time green. It is a strike cover change and a long range blue, it looked like. So there we go. Kid Goku. Obviously, you know, I would assume that was going to be the character. No Tien at all. I thought maybe if they didn't do Tien into Goku, Tien would be the 1% sparking. No Tien. Nothing. Dude, this doesn't really make even that much sense to me because Jackie Chun in the Demon King Piccolo arc? I mean, obviously Roshi was in it, but he wasn't in it as Jackie Chun, right? I mean, this is from a different saga completely. I feel like they kind of screwed Tien over a little bit. I'm happy that Jackie Chun's going to be in the game, but like this was a good time to put Tien in here. But anyway, there we go. I'm going to put in a different clip here. Insert this into this video. I did record like a 5 to 7 minute section where I talked about the specific mechanics I want to see out of these characters. So at least we're getting a 1% sparking. Let me know what you guys think. We're going to jump into that clip and then I'll just go ahead and do a separate breakdown video talking about the Goku. And I'll see you guys in that breakdown video very shortly. All right, so I'm going to actually tack this part of the video on after I've already done my reaction. I'm recording this before the LF character was shown, but what I want to quickly just talk about here, because I imagine the video is going to end up being like 4 minutes for the reaction. What do we want to see out of this release? Now, I mean, we don't even know if there's going to be a 1% sparking here. I'm assuming there is, but Vegeta and Nappa last year did not have a 1% sparking. If they don't give us a 1% sparking with this character, I'm telling you, it is over. It is over. They can make this LF character as good as they want. This team needs 2 good characters. We're 2 good characters away from this team being great. So, yeah, they can make the LF character exceptionally good, but I think we really do need 2 characters. So what are the things that I want to see out of the LF character, and what are the things I want to see out of the 1% sparking? So out of the LF character, ideally, I have 2 things. I have ideally I'd want to see this, and then I have would be nice. So for the LF character, ideally I would want to see an uncancelable second life mechanic, indestructible, revival, comeback, succession, things like that. Just not endurance. Endurance could work here. We have Piccolo Jr. and LF Demon King Piccolo, who both remove buff effects when the enemy uses a Rising Rush. But what I'm really worried about is Ultra Cell. If you don't have some kind of non-endurance second life mechanic, Ultra Cell can just come in and kill you with a rush or an ultimate. And then probably the number one thing the LF character needs is massive damage. This team is lacking damage big time. I think if you just look at like damage in a vacuum, Demon King Piccolo, Tambourine, and Piccolo Jr. theoretically could actually do some pretty good damage, but it is just very, very hard to do damage when you are constantly getting disrupt. And it really is the lack of immunity to disrupt that really hurts the damage on this team. Like a lot of times you'll switch in with Demon King Piccolo, he'll do 1 card and you'll be out of key or out of cards. And that's it. Right? You look at Demon King Piccolo's kit and you would think he'd do decent damage, but he actually really doesn't. Because of the fact that he's able to get disrupt so easily. So massive damage. I think we really need a character that does that. I put moderate disrupt for ideally. I don't want the character to just be Majin Ku and destroying everything immediately. For the LF character, I'd rather they focus more honestly on the offensive side while giving him a second life mechanic. And then something else I put in ideally is paralysis immunity. I mean, it's just everybody wants it. They just give it to him, man. And then for would be nice, I have Dragon Ball rate up. So in co-op, actually give me a second, I'll actually pull this up so you guys know what I'm talking about here. So this is the buff that like boost characters have in co-op. Dragon Ball chance up plus 50%. I think one of the things that really hurts LF Demon King Piccolo is the fact that it's just tough to get Dragon Balls in the Dragon Ball team. You have a lot of characters on Daima especially that are destroying Dragon Balls, and one of the biggest issues with Demon King Piccolo is the fact that his Dragon Ball destruction immunity is not team-wide. It is only specific to when he's switched in, which you're really not switched in with him that often. So I think something like this, we've never seen this implemented onto a character in PvP before. It's only available in co-op. This could be an interesting mechanic, but I think what they would probably need to do is similar to how they did like the -1 sub count restricted to Daima for Super Saiyan 4 Goku. I think we'll have to have this applied to the entire team if the whole team is 3 tag DB characters. I would not want to see this be extended to like Sun Family or Saiyans or something like that, assuming the LS Kid Goku, which probably it is going to be. So this is an interesting thing I think they could do to help Demon King Piccolo out. And then I think another would-be nice mechanic is some kind of last man standing mechanic. I probably wouldn't want to see something similar to Super Saiyan 4 Goku because it's very cheap. It's just like the cheapest way they could have possibly made a last man standing mechanic. Oh, he removes your vanish and draws an ultimate and locks you in. Like, okay, that's a chimpanzee thought of that. So that's for the LF character. And then when it comes to the 1% sparking character, the way I would structure him is this character, by the way, also needs to be insane. I would probably structure him, and I actually wrote this in my notes here. Super Trunks with support is the way I would structure a 1% sparking character. So ideally, I have Disrupt God, Support God, and then Paralysis Immunity. That's what I would want. Essentially, Super Trunks he's immune to paralysis. I believe it's for the first 60 counts of the fight. He is a god at disrupting, but he doesn't support. So that's why I put kind of like Super Trunks that supports. And then under would be nice, what I think actually could really help is a character that is able to seal. So if we end up getting like a 1% Master Roshi, very similar to Cell and Frieza from GT, or the Tournament of Power Master Roshi who has the Mafuba, the Evil Containment Wave. I think that could actually be a pretty viable tool against pretty much every single team right now. Like you seal a character on the Daima team, you seal Majin Buu, you seal Super Saiyan 4 Goku, you're probably going to have a very high chance of winning. So the sealing mechanic actually I think could be pretty interesting here, but those are the kinds of things I do want to see on whatever characters we get today. We'll go ahead and I guess jump into the breakdown now of whatever they showed off. Again, I'm doing this before we even saw what they showed. So let me know what you think. Hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see you very soon in the breakdown video.